Oppenheimer was written and directed by Christopher Nolan and tells the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the creator of the atomic bomb. The film takes us through his life while he was in college, while he was working on the Manhattan Project, and afterwards when he was strung up in controversy. I saw this film twice. First in regular 70mm, I thought it looked great, and then I saw it in 70mm IMAX. And let me tell you, this film looks fucking fantastic. Not only are there great camera movements throughout the film, but there's also really good framing that has a lot of meaning behind it. And with a cinematographer like Hoyt van Hoytema, who's worked on Christopher Nolan films like Tenet and Interstellar, as well as last year's Nope, of course you're going to get a great looking film with great lighting all throughout, even in the black and white scenes. I found my favorite aspect of the film to be the score composed by Ludwig Göransson. There are so many great moments of the score throughout the film, more specifically, Can You Hear the Music?, which happens early on at the beginning of the film and has a couple of renditions throughout the film. Not only does the score have very beautiful moments, there's also extremely tense moments as well that add on to what we're watching and amplify the tones of each scene. There's not a lot of moments in the film where it's just quiet, so Ludwig Göransson really played an important part in this film, that being giving it a high energy in every scene, whether the score be quiet, exciting, beautiful, or dreadful. The acting all around is great. Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer, he's fucking fantastic. And Robert Downey Jr., holy shit, he is incredible in the film. Every scene that he's in, he's so damn captivating. I want him to get a Best Supporting Actor nomination for this film. Matt Damon, he's really fucking good. Emily Blunt is great. Florence Pugh is also great. And there's lots of stars in this film that don't have a lot to say, but their presence in the film is very welcomed. And Cillian Murphy really pulled it off as Oppenheimer. I want Cillian Murphy to get a Best Actor nomination for this because, damn, he was really good. And what's funny is that he's not yelling throughout the film. He's kind of quiet. There's no moment where he's yelling at someone so he can get that Best Actor nomination. Like, I'm yelling really loud. Can you tell that I'm yelling and that I want to be Best Actor? You could see it in the eyes and his face that he's giving so much of himself to this character. Now, this is a 3-hour film. I don't have an issue with the length of a film, and on my second watch of this film, it kind of breezed by really quick. I felt the same way on my first watch, but I don't know, that second time watching it, it just kind of sailed along really smoothly. I will say this though, I know time is a big thing with a lot of Nolan films, and I haven't seen all of his films, but there are a few moments that I wish we stayed in a certain spot for a little longer, or we didn't move away from a spot so quickly, because we are jumping between 3 different plot lines throughout the film. Louis Strauss in a hearing, Oppenheimer before and during the Manhattan Project, and Oppenheimer being debriefed, hoping to retain his security clearance, amid controversy about a spy coming from Los Alamos during the Manhattan Project, as well as his past political views. I was more on board with jumping around between these 3 plot lines in the beginning of the film, more so until we reached the scene where we see the detonation of the bomb, because each scene felt like they flowed right to the next. But after the scene with the bomb, it kind of feels a little slow, and there's lots of moments where we move around way too quickly, I think, from scene to scene. So quickly that it could be a little hard to keep up. I think this film is excellent. I honestly think it's the best film I've seen all year. My few complaints are just being that after the bomb scene, the film can feel a tad bit slow and we're moving around a little too quickly. I have a few complaints with editing, but that's just small, minor things that no one will notice. Like having someone talk, we see them talking and we cut to the back of their head as they're still talking, but we don't see their head or lips move as if they're talking. I've been seeing that a lot lately, and it might just be me. I don't know if anyone else picked up on it, but it kind of took me out for just a tad second, but oh well. And there seems like a lot of moments where we cut to a character's reaction in the middle of a scene for almost no reason, just to get a reaction out of it. And it seems so unnatural to the eye because it's there for just a split second and we cut back to what the other characters are talking about, or the character talking in the moment. It just feels so strange and unnecessary to see that quick edit. And it happened quite a bit throughout the film. Other than that, I think this is a beautiful film. It's extremely well told. It's incredibly acted. The score is fantastic and beautiful. The film looks fucking incredible. And with just a few minor complaints, I honestly think I'll never get bored of this film, even though it's 3 hours long. I have no issue with the runtime of the film. I love this film and I can watch it again and again. I'm giving Oppenheimer an A minus. Who knows? I can give it an A on future rewatches. I plan on watching it a third time soon in regular IMAX because damn, the film looks really good. And I saw this at the Chinese theater on my second watch for 70mm IMAX, and seeing this entire screen get taken up for those IMAX shots, oh, it looked beautiful. And I just want to say the tension that you feel building up in that bomb scene, holy shit. Like, there's a moment where Oppenheimer is just breathing. You hear his breath. You just hear him breathing, and there's no sound. And you see the bomb. You see the flames ignite in the air. It looks so fucking beautiful. And then the sound comes in with the bomb later on, and holy fuck, it's great. Also, sound design and sound editing, more so the sound editing, sometimes the audio is a little hard to hear. I think that was just on my initial watch on 70mm, but I didn't have an issue hearing the audio when I watched 70mm IMAX. But I think the sound design of the film was incredible, more specifically when we hear those feet hitting the ground when Oppenheimer's going to give his speech and everyone's cheering for him. And I think the sound editing, more so specifically when we cut away from those sounds and how they get reintroduced back and we get into the headspace of Oppenheimer, I think it's fucking brilliant. I think it's incredible. It's an extremely well thought out film. It's shot beautifully. I can't praise this film enough. And I honestly think it's the best film I've seen all year. And I think it will be the best film of 2023. So, what did you think of Oppenheimer? Did you love it? Did you really love it? Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and I'll be back with more enjoyable content like this. So, yeah, bye.